Well, this is it. It's the last day of the 7-day maintenance series, and I've left the biggest and the baddest aquarium for last. I know you guys have been waiting to see this. We haven't done too many updates. I'd say it's the fan favorite, but it's really not. You guys love Dragon Valley 1.0, so if you haven't seen the previous video, go back and watch that. Speaking of which, if you watched all 7 videos, thank you so much for your support. You really are a fan of the channel. Heck, if you just watched this video, thank you. Every video view matters. That was a weird way to say that. Anyway, let's get on with some maintenance here. I am sorry to disappoint you, but we really don't have too much to do in this aquarium either. You will notice the water level here is low. That was intentional, as I use aquarium water to fill up my plant grow out trays. If you don't know what I'm talking about, scroll down in the channel, find that video. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, let's take a closer look at the aquarium. Let's see what kind of equipment we have on it, what plants are in it, some livestock, and yeah, let's do an update. All right, let's start with equipment. The aquarium is an Aqueon aquarium you can get at your big box fish store. It's 75 gallons. It's 4 foot wide. It is 18 inches deep and 21 inches tall. For my friends across the pond, that is going to be 122 centimeters by 46 centimeters by 53.5 centimeters tall. We are running 2 Hygger 48-inch strip lights here, model number HG978. And for as inexpensive as they do a fantastic job lighting up the aquarium and growing plants, as you can see. Pardon any reflections you may see, like this guy here. It is very difficult to film a 4-foot aquarium without getting any window reflections at all. For our inlet outlets, we are running Landen stainless steel lily pipes. When this aquarium was built, you will see how I installed those. The video is titled the 150 Nanofish Paradise Aquarium, so you can go check out the build video if you want to see all this beautiful hardscape that's now covered up by plants. It is sitting on a standard aquarium stand that you can get also at your big box store. For equipment underneath here, let me turn the brightness up for you. You're going to see that we're running a Fluval 407 for filtration. We do have injected CO2 via an inline CO2 diffuser, and that CO2 is coming from a high-pressure liquid CO2 bottle, and it is a Landen regulator attached to that bottle. So definitely very happy with the equipment setup. We will be doing a little filter cleaning here because we have the CO2 on, but we're not getting any bubbles out of the drop checker. That's because this is clogged up and we just can't get any more CO2 to go through that dirty diffuser. By the way, everything is running on smart timers there. As you guys know, if you watch the channel, my entire house is set up on smart timers. Absolutely love those smart outlets. All right, back to the plants. Okay, I'll try and do this as systematic as possible here. We definitely have a lot of Anubias in here. There is some Anubias Nana Petite, or it could be Coin right there. I don't remember. It's very, very small. There's a little bit of Bucephalandra, species unknown, that is mixed in with that as well. But we do have Anubias Nana Golden, the lighter ones here. And we have Anubias Barteri, or also some Anubias Nana mixed in. Those are the darker ones right there. As I mentioned, Bucephalandra throughout the aquarium. I think it is a mix of like brownie purple and brownie ghost. I'm not quite sure. Again, it's, you know, once you kind of get a bunch of these plants, it's really hard to remember as you move them from aquarium to aquarium which ones they were. But you can see there's some there down on the floor near the carpeting plants. Speaking of carpeting plants, it's a mix of S. repens and Halanthemum tenellum green. The Halanthemum tenellum's kind of taken over, but I do like the mix. It just provides kind of a real nice blend of leaf patterns. You got some longer leaves, some broader leaves. Just kind of looks cool. I hate using the word natural because we do that in aquariums all the time. Oh, it looks natural. Well, of course it looks natural. These are natural plants. At any rate, I understand what they mean by natural. Nature is blended. It's not just one carpet plant specifically. You may notice here in the center of your screen these little pink wispy guys. That is Welichii or Welichii. It took them a long time to kind of grow in. Let me see if I can show you the other edge here. Right there in the middle of your screen there next to that fish right above it to the right, you see kind of a bare stem of Welichii. I'm not sure why some of this Welichii is bare stemmed. I was kind of thinking that these fish, where are they? Of course they're hiding, but there's some Florida flagfish in there, and I do believe they nibble on the plants. The reason I say that is because I can't grow moss in this aquarium. This branch right here had weeping moss all over it, as well as many other branches within the aquarium, but it just keeps getting nibbled down to nubs. So I think it's the Florida flagfish, but these little guys could be the culprit as well. We do have a mono shrimp in the aquarium, and I'm not sure if they eat moss, but I haven't had them eat moss in any other aquarium, so I'm going to guess that it is probably the Florida flagfish, not these guys right here. Look how beautiful they are, though. Love a little mono shrimps. So active. All right, finishing out the plant list for this aquarium, we have some cryptocorin flamingo in here. Not very flamingo-y, kind of more of a dark brown purple. The light is not super high intensity with these Hygger lights. While they do grow plants very well, they're not strong enough to create those brilliant pinks. At least in the cryptocorins, the Welichii there seems to be pinking up, but only once it gets close to the light. All right, in the very back there, you'll see some long cryptocorin leaves. That is nuri. I did have somebody mention that that is not nuri. I looked it up. Yes, it is nuri. There's multiple different species of nuri. I don't know which one I have, but that is, in fact, some cryptocorin nuri. Again, on this right side of the aquarium, just a whole bunch of Anubias. It really filled in great. It looks awesome in my opinion, but a lot of Anubias, Nana, Anubias barteri. There's some more of that really small Anubias that I love. It's like a mini coin or Nana Petite. Cannot remember again. It's just too many plants and too bad of a memory. And then a little bit of Anubias golden down there to kind of add some different color. There's spiderwood, as you can see in here, and then Landen also provided these mountain stones, and that's what the entire hardscape is built out of. It's kind of like a sandstone. Really cool. Go check out the build video if you're interested. It's a really awesome aquarium, and I do enjoy it every day. This is in my bedroom, by the way, for those that aren't aware. And for livestock, we get to lay in bed and enjoy all these little golden neons. Over here, they're schooling. We have some emerald eye rasboras. This was actually a suggestion way back from a subscriber, and I love these little fish. The emerald eye rasbora, one of my favorite fish. Speaking of rasboras, we have some phoenix rasboras, these little tiny guys up top. We do have some super cute speckled corydoras in this aquarium as well. Let me bump the brightness up. You can see the little guy. Well, actually, that's a girl. But we have, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them, something like that. They do a good job of cleaning up the fish food that falls down to the bottom. There is one Siamese algae eater in there as well. He only comes out when you feed him, because why would he not hide in all this beautiful foliage? So he likes to hide in that stuff. And again, there's some Florida flagfish in here, but as soon as you bring a camera out, they just scurry to the back of the aquarium. They are kind of a shy fish. Again, unless you feed them, then they come out regularly. All right, so what are we going to do for maintenance? Well, not really that much, guys. I do want to trim this Welichii eye and kind of stick it back down in this little pocket. It looks cool sticking up there, but that wasn't the kind of plan for this aquarium. I wanted just the tips to kind of fill in this back area right here in the middle of your screen. So I'm going to trim them to about right there. So just little tips are poking up. Also help to propagate that plant. There's a little bit of dead leaf material here on the cryptocorin flamingo. I'm going to pluck those out by hand. Then we're going to scrub the glass. We're going to get rid of this floating plant matter that's always on the top of an aquarium. Then we're going to do kind of a 50% water change. And of course, we're going to clean our filter here and get our CO2 working again. And that's it. I mean, there's really not much to do on this aquarium. It's well established, it's mature, and it kind of takes care of itself. Alrighty-roo, the first thing we're going to do is unplug the filter here. If I can remember which one it is, this one right here. Filter is unplugged. Going to go ahead and do our little shut-off valve here. Now, I will probably take this apart, clean the hoses. I'll show you inside the filter. It shouldn't be that dirty, but we'll clean it anyway, since I have to take all of this apart in order to clean this diffuser. That means we're going to have to pull the hoses and everything out of the aquarium. So we might as well clean the filter while we're doing that. In the meantime, I'm going to start draining. Wow, that's really bright for you. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start draining the water here into a bucket. Again, I use this nutrient-rich water to feed the plant grow-out system that I have. In fact, let me just show you real quick in case you're not familiar with it. So here in the office slash fish room is the plant grow out rack. It's lit by Hygger lights, and I just have these trays right here, and I fill these trays with that nutrient rich aquarium water. I don't have to use fertilizer or anything. Really, as you can see, it's working pretty well. We grow moss, we grow anubias, we grow all kinds of stuff. There's some of that flamingo and some nuri back there as well. All of this stuff's going to be for sale shortly, so stay tuned. I know you guys have been asking for it. It's coming, I promise it's coming. I just got to get the website built. Okay, let's start the siphon. There is a screen on here to prevent any little livestock from getting sucked up in there. And then we just start the siphon here. Come on, siphon, get going there. There we go. All right, start draining this water. In the meantime, let's trim the Wallachii and get that replanted. Now, this will be a little bit difficult for you guys to see because when you film a large aquarium kind of from an angle, it does not like to focus very well. You kind of have some sort of weird effect on the glass, but you guys get the idea what I'm going to do. I'm just taking these 2 pieces of Wallachii that I trimmed. We're going to go ahead and find their little hole where they go and just stick them back down into the substrate. And that's it. Done. Now we're going to move over to our cryptocorin flamingo here. Bump the brightness up so you can see. Some of these leaves here just kind of are getting shadowed, and therefore they are not growing very well. They're kind of dying off. So we'll go ahead and we just snip these, trim them a little bit. Anything that looks kind of dead on the tips, I just reach in and pinch it with my fingernail. Also helps stimulate the plant to grow new leaves, so it's not a bad thing. Really, I think that's about it. It is shadowing kind of, there's a Bucephalon down here. It's kind of shadowing that a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do, snip off some of these leaves here, even though they're healthy leaves. We want to get a little bit more light on that boost, be able to see it. There's so much of this flamingo here. I'm not really worried about trimming some leaves off. You can see these guys here kind of want to overlap over top of that. So we'll just go ahead and snip these off. And there we go. That's all we got going on for the maintenance on the flamingo. Okay, before the aquarium gets down too far, I'm going to use a magic sponge and clean the glass. That's going to put it in the water column. We'll suck some of that algae out, though it's just dust algae. There's not really that much on there. Going to get the filter apart and all the hosing apart and get it in the kitchen there where you can get a better look at it. Not going to film all this stuff because the video is already going to be a little bit too long, I think. So I'm going to get that stuff done. We'll take a look at the filter. Then we'll fill the aquarium back up. And that's it, guys. We're done. All right, welcome to my kitchen here. If the camera wiggles around and you're getting seasick, I do apologize. I have the camera on a very high tripod to get this large filter in focus for you. We've got our hoses here. I've got one of these long snake pipe cleaner things. So we're going to take this apart, kind of clean out the hoses here. And then we'll crack this filter open. I'm not going to show you running this little snake pipe cleaner up the hoses. You kind of know how that works. So stand by. We're going to crack the filter open here in just a sec. Okay, before we clean the filter, if you missed it in the first video, I'm going to walk over here and show you in my laundry room that I have a RO system with one of these hose reels, and this is how I refill my aquariums. So we're going to go over here to the Y valve. I'm going to turn that on right here. There we go. It takes a while to come through all this 100 foot of hose. So we're going to go ahead and grab this guy. Uh-oh, we're hung up. Come on, little hose, get out of the way. All right, I'm going to grab this guy here. Just going to unroll it all the way into the bedroom where we can fill our aquarium. And here we are in the bedroom. We just go ahead and drop this up here. Turn the brightness down so you can see what's going on. There we go. Just set it on top of the aquarium here. And the RO line will drip into the aquarium and slowly fill it up. Now, I did decide to do a much larger water change than previously anticipated. It's going to take literally all day for this to fill up as the RO water just trickles out. I'll wait until it comes out of the spout there and show you the rate of fill. There's our RO system there. You can see it's just a little trickle. That's kind of all we got here. It's just a small hose. While we're up top though, let's take a moment to appreciate all this anubias. This is the stuff you couldn't really see and it's hard to film through the surface of the water. Look at that awesome little cluster of boost and anubias nana, whatever it is, nana coin, nana petite, something like that. I just noticed there's some moss back here. So we did have a little bit of this weeping moss seem to get trapped back here and decide to grow. So we'll pull that out. There used to be Fiston's moss here. I again think that the fish ate it. Those Florida flagfish, they seem to nibble on anything that's tender and juicy, I guess. But these Anubias from the top view down just looks amazing. Again, I love this little tiny Anubias. There's more of it over here on this side. Just beautiful. Look at that. All right, sorry, I'm a plant geek. We're going to let this fill up while we go clean the filter. Now that trickling can be annoying, so pro tip, take your little nozzle, tilt it towards the glass, and there we go. It runs down the glass, and it is silent. Okay, I'm going to try and walk lightly, but again, I apologize if you get any shaky camera footage. When the tripod is up that high and the neck is fully extended, it can be a little wobbly. So we'll go ahead and just take the top off. First glance, things do not look that bad. It's not that dirty under here. Just going to give it a quick rinse. Pop this open and just check the impeller real quick. Impeller looks fine. This is bacteria. I'm not even going to remove that because it's good for the aquarium. Go ahead and snap that back together. Lid is done. Pull our sponges out, and I can tell already this really does not need maintenance at all. The flow was fine. The sponges look pretty good. We will just give them a quick rinse though. Since we got it open, we might as well clean it. The quick rinse, stick the sponge back in there. Next one, rinse this cage a little bit. Squeeze some of the detritus out. Put that sponge back in there. I don't know why you guys love to see this so much, but you guys love maintenance videos and you love to watch filters get cleaned. So you can either skip ahead or you can continue watching if you want while I squeeze out some sponges. This isn't really that satisfying because it's not that dirty, but we'll get this stuff, just kind of a quick little rinse, get some of it out of there. The fast maintenance here will not kill the bacteria. Speaking of bacteria, you may be seeing I'm using tap water. That is cringeworthy. Oh my God, you're using tap water. You're not going to kill all the bacteria, and even if you do kill some bacteria, it's not that big of a deal because there is bacteria all over your aquarium, all over the plants, all over the fish tank walls, and yada, yada, yada. Boring you with a bacteria discussion, but there we go. Tap water, clean the sponges. Let's see what we got going on here. In tray number 1, you will see that I have some Purigen and some biomedia here. Zoom in on that for you. A little bit of Purigen, a little bit of biomedia. Gonna leave that alone. Maybe just give it a quick rinse in case there's any detritus or anything in there, but should be pretty good. Also stirs up a little bit of that Purigen. Exposes new parts of the Purigen. Take the rest of the tray out here. Got some filter floss in here. I think I'm just going to rinse this filter floss. I don't even think I'm going to put new filter floss in there. I'm a filter floss freak, so I love to have filter floss all throughout my different tray levels. There's another bag of Purigen in there. I went kind of Purigen crazy, huh? We like clear water. You may be able to see there is biomedia in there as well. We'll put that back. Little Purigen packet there. This tray is now done. Next tray down, just more filter floss. Going to give it a rinse, not going to change it. You can see a different type of biomedia. I don't remember. I think this is Fluval's biomedia, but don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. Stick that filter floss back in there. There we go. That tray is done. Bottom tray, you may guess, is the coarse. Actually, they're not coarse sponges. They're like medium sponges. And look, more filter floss. Here's that medium sponge. We'll get to rinsing that in a second there. Maybe that's a fine sponge. Not sure. Sponge nonetheless. Get you a better view on this sponge here. Rinsey, rinsey, spongy, spongy. All right, it appears my camera battery died. I don't know when it died during this process, but everything's clean. Sponges are clean. You can see the water coming out of the filter there is pretty much clean. I'm going to put these trays back together, beginning with the bottom sponges, the fine sponge that comes with it, some filter floss that I rinsed out. I probably should change it, but I'm not going to. We're going to roll with it. Biomedia and filter floss, biomedia and filter floss, biomedia and Purigen. Drop that back into this. Whoop, good catch. Drop it back in there. Cover on. There we go. Sponge packet back in. Packet, sponge tray, whatever. Sponges back in. Lid on. And that's it. Quick and simple, filter clean. All right, go ahead and drop the filter back in its spot. We already have the hose is clean, so we'll go ahead and connect those back to the filter. They're already mounted back on the aquarium. There we go. Open the valve so I don't forget. Put our CO2 bottle back. Plug our CO2 back into power. Take our CO2 line, run it back to the diffuser. Okay, looks like we're good to go. I always make sure that I have some space behind the filter because I don't want to have any vibrations. Now all I've got to do is just let this aquarium fill up. Turn the brightness down so you can see. Let the aquarium fill up. This is going to take hours. And then we'll be back for kind of a final outro, a look at the aquarium, all nice and clean. Well, this wraps up the 7-day SS Aquascapes maintenance series. I hope you guys really enjoyed the series. It was a lot of fun to make, a little hectic to upload every single day, but I'm glad I got it done for you guys, and maybe it was something a little different to mix up the channel. Coming up, we're going to be doing some build videos because as you saw, we have some empty aquariums, probably have some that need to be rebuilt anyway. So if you are not subscribed, make sure you do that. You're not going to want to miss the new builds. Haven't done some for a while. For those that are already subscribed, thank you for your support. We'll catch you guys on the next video. See you over there.